What happened to Chuck Liddell? I thought I was going to talk to Chuck Liddell.
Pô, eu fiz, ficou irado.
He did for a little bit, looks awesome. People like, who knows, maybe for one future fight, he'll keep that style.
Yeah, I thought maybe you'd keep it for this fight. I guess that was just a one-off for fun, right? You just wanted to have a little fun, right?
É, eu mesmo raspo meu cabelo, né? Ai,
Well, he shaved his own head, so he did one side, then he like, oh, let me see how it looks with the mohawk. And then he did the goatee. He made a photo he was going to show just for us, but like, what, let me just post this.
I like it. It was a lot of fun. I think everybody had a lot of fun with that one. But obviously, Alex, you're having a wonderful time. You're the champion. How has being the UFC champion compared to your time as a kickboxing champion? Is it different? Does it feel different?
tem grande diferença, né?
Well, it is obviously different. We all know, what I mean, the benefits and the exposure that being a UFC champion brings, you know what I mean? But not taking away being a kickboxing champion too, because glory meant a lot for him, and he don't think that if he didn't do, he did a glory, you had came to the UFC with that noise.
Of course. Now, you've obviously got this. It's billed as the second fight against Israel Adesanya, but it's really the fourth time you guys have fought across two sports. So, assuming you beat him again, is this the last time you'd be willing to fight Adesanya?
Com certeza a última vez, né? Não tem.
Absolutely, everything going fine. There's no reason for them to ever fight again.
Okay. So in this last fight you guys had, of course, you were behind on the scorecards going into the final round. Did you feel like while you were in the cage that you did need the knockout to win, or did you kind of think maybe it was still competitive?
Não, eu sabia, né?
He knew he had to knock the guy out, you know what I mean? Even Glover came and reinforced that on that fifth round, so he definitely knew he was behind.
Now, what was the biggest key to kind of setting up, technically speaking, that eventual knockout? Because obviously you were fighting throughout the fight to kind of be able to set up your offense later on. What was the biggest key to that?
Atacando o tempo todo, né?
Well, he built up that knockout by putting pressure, by hurting Israel, and by getting him tired. Obviously, it takes a toll because he had to make easy throw, so he had to stay on a close distance, use a lot of blocks, take a few shots, but so on the fifth round, he could, shift that gear and push for the knockout.
And of course, that was at Madison Square Garden. You had your big moment. You won the championship just almost exactly a year after you'd made your UFC debut. How special is this famous arena to you?
Especial, né? Porque
It means a lot for him. It's a very special place with a lot of prestige. Many fighters said like, "Oh, I wish I could fight at Madison Square Garden." You know what I mean? And he was gifted to not only make his UFC debut at MSG, but also then win his world title over there. So he's definitely have a very, very special place on his heart.
You must be looking forward to getting out of Connecticut, though, and going to somewhere a little warmer for this fight, right?
pô, agora é Miami, né? Está 30.
Yeah, definitely, you know what I mean? He loved Connecticut, but sometimes it gets to be about 8 months of cold. So Miami now is a warm weather. But it could have been worse. He don't feel that bad because, we just did a trip to some warm countries now to start this camp and on the beginning of the year. So it's not that bad.
Gotcha. Now, of course, going back to Adesanya here, is an opponent that so well, and he knows you so well. How do you approach finding ways to give him fresh looks after so many fights together?
Uma luta.
Well, the show that he brings to the people, you know what I mean, is he can fight him 10 times. They're always going to bring it a show to everybody that is always something nice and new to watch at the same time. So maybe for Israel's fans, not really, because, he's been getting beat. But you get somebody neutral and you say that you want to watch a good fight, you put them to fight 10 times, that's what they want to see. So not too much something new, but I think every fight is a different emotion.
Of course. And, you're kind of known for, you like to one up Adesanya. You like to kind of troll him a little bit online, things outside of fighting as well. Is this something you do for fun, or is there a psychological warfare aspect to at play?
Pessoas eu tô fazendo com ele. né? Mas
Well, definitely is a little bit of mental warfare he implements because he works, but Israel used to do that with every single opponent before Alex, right? So now he's kind of tasting a little bit of his own game and he's not liking it.
That's true. He isn't thinking it, is he? Now you cut a large amount of weight to get down to 185 pounds. Is it getting harder now that you're kind of getting into your mid-30s here?
nessas últimas lutas,
Well, now that it's getting harder because it's more professional now, have more knowledge, you know what I mean, about this time how to do it. Because back in the days, he used to cut way less weight, but sometimes to suffer more. Because now he's mastering that game of knowing how to adjust the weight, how to cut the weight. So he's not gonna say that it's harder because sometimes, you know what I mean, still is a toll, but maybe feels easier, but it's just be more professional.
Excellent, excellent. Well, best of luck next weekend. We'll talk again soon.
obrigado.
Obrigado.
Thank you.